Hello, everybody. Hello. Um, I'm going to get a cup of coffee and I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. Okay. Cool. Good job. I'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Here we are, everyone. How are we doing today? In a little bit, we're going to talk about a couple documentaries I watched last night. So that'll be fun. We are going to, I might read some poems. We might look at some art. And I'll tell you a little bit about how hard it is to get Amazon packages out here. And we'll just talk about stuff. But one of the things we're going to end up talking about today is you know what I need to do, I think? I need to start doing like an intro when I do live streams that lasts a couple minutes, because like a recorded thing that I just play, because this whole thing where I do the hey, how's it going, everybody? Blah, 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 blah. It takes forever because YouTube takes a while to send out notifications and all that other stuff. So usually it takes a good 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, that's kind of cute. Is that just a chipmunk or a squirrel? I don't know. Might be a very big chipmunk. I love when they stand on two legs like they're a person. Nope, it's a squirrel. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, so what we're going to be talking about today is Hilma F. Klint. If you're not familiar, we're going to talk a little bit about her and where her place should be in history. And I'm trying to remember the name of the documentary. I think it was called Beyond the Vision, I think is what it is called. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. Super good. But basically, just a quick little, like, what's going on with it. She was basically the first abstract painter, but because of, and this is me being very generous to the people who wrote history, whether it was because of her like religious beliefs or because no one knew about her, or because of her being a woman, she was kind of erased from history until probably like the 70s, and then not even really accepted by history until, or I would say probably the last, like, I don't know, 5 to 10 years or something like that. And in some places, not even accepted now. And we'll talk a little bit about that, because I feel like I was lied to by the art history that I have learned, and I am in shock. Like, I don't know how else to put it. But so we'll talk about that. But mainly right now is more of a how's it going. I was going to do a live stream for members first, and then maybe just do a video about this. But I woke up late, the whole thing, so I'm trying to get everything going. So this is probably going to work in place of the member stream. And I had a video go up this morning. So I guess I didn't need to do a live stream, but here we are. What video went up today? I don't even remember what video went up today. Was it the chapbook video? I think it was the chapbook video. I could look, but whatever. We'll figure it out. Maybe I should look real quick before everybody gets here. Yeah, chapbook theme. Yeah, that's what I did. Nicky Jamma. Do you still have a GERF? How are you doing? How is Nikki today? How is Chris? How is the GERF? Oh, gosh. She's still here. Been better. Everyone else is great. You've been better the last couple days, or you were better before the GERF came? I don't know exactly what you mean. I hope I didn't call you out right there. That's awful. Today isn't a great head day. Oh no, that's not good. Well, we will try to alleviate some of the bad head. No jokes, guys. No jokes. God, Nikki derailed the stream and didn't even mean to. That was on me. Just so you guys know, this stuff here, dark chocolate espresso trail mix, it's pretty tasty. If you ever are looking for a good trail mix that has a little pick-me-up in it, it's very yummy. It's very good. I approve. It's I don't even need to try to derail at this point. Yeah, and not only is it inevitable, but I'm really good at allowing the railing to go. But yeah, so it's hot as balls out here. Is it still hot over there on the little island you live on? But it's really hot, and Amazon will not deliver here, even though they say they deliver here. But because, like, you have to understand, like, what the place looks like here, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it justice, but there is a paved road where the mailbox is, but it's like 2 streets away. And I say 2 streets, but it's like I could throw a rock and hit the street. But so there's a dirt road and then another dirt road. And so when you go down the first dirt road off the main street, it's like one house. And then you turn left up another dirt road, and the house I'm in is right there. So it's not even that far. And I guess Amazon doesn't deliver on dirt roads. That's the only thing I can come up with. So what they do is they allow you to make the order on Amazon and say they will deliver to you. And then they tell you that your delivery could not be completed and blah, 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 blah. And so you have to do this like 2 or 3 times. And then finally on like the 3rd attempt, they'll put a note in your mailbox saying, go to the post office and you can pick up your package. Okay, so why don't we just cut the bullshit and have you just let me know when my shit's at the post office, and I'll just come down to the post office and get it. But this whole thing where like even with Prime, it takes 2 days to get out here if I'm lucky, and then 3 days of the malarkey of them attempting delivery. Like, honestly, they could just call me. Like, they have my number, or text me. Like, hey, we're on the paved road. Come out and get your shit. I would love to do that. Oh, it's so stupid. But I think I'm kind of done with Amazon. This experiment has not been lovely. We had a cooler day today and some rain. Both me and my garden appreciate it. Well, that's good. Did Bezos Musk maybe Amazonian drones for that kind of delivery? Or make some fucking drones. Drop it at my door, dude. Like, what the fuck? Or, you know what? Just tell me you can't deliver it here and I won't fucking do it. That would be amazing. And it's not like live or die shit, but it's like Prime Day happened and there were some materials I needed, like some art shit. And then there was some like household shit I needed to get that I could have just got at Walmart. But I'm like, oh, yeah. And then there were some really good deals on books. And so I'm like, I don't have any of my books here. Let me get like 2 or 3 books. So I have something to do that's not reading poetry books that I don't like, you know? Because honestly, this is getting sad, but I've been reading my stuff as a palate cleanser for a lot of the bad stuff I'm reading. And I'm like, wow, I'm a pretty talented guy. I've been even reading my short stories. So if you haven't read The Bridge Over the LA River or Eyeball or The Only Good Ribosome, you're missing out. You're missing out hard. Let's see here. Okay. So Amazon's letting me know I can track my delivery. I knew that already. But I'm going to be tracking the not delivery. So that's amazing. But yeah, so if any of you out there watching this are into like how fucked up it is that men write the history books and women get left out, we're going to have a good talk in a little bit. I feel like I've been lied to for so long. You guys got to see that documentary. It's really, really good. Really clever, really good. And in about 5 minutes, we will get into it and talk about it. Or I could just start now. Maybe I'll just start now. Which documentary? The documentary, I think, is called Beyond Vision or Beyond the Vision, but it's about Hilma af Klint, who was she basically was the first abstract artist. And she predated Kandinsky by like, I don't know, I want to say like 5 or 6 years. And but some of the things that I didn't know is that her and Kandinsky actually met at least once, and he knew of her. And this big whose name I can't remember now. So it starts with an S. So this is going to be a bit of a problem for me here. This guy who I guess was like a art critic or a gallery guy or something. I don't know. But he was in the same like seance group or the same belief system as Hilma. He like saw her work and told her to stop painting because no one will like understand it and not to do it. And he was also friends with Kandinsky. And then suddenly Kandinsky started doing the same type of paintings that she was doing. And then he became known as the first abstract artist. And the thing I have a problem with is that I never knew that anyone knew who she was. The way I was taught about her was that she was just this like woman, almost like a housewife who like just stayed home and made all these like crazy paintings and all this stuff. and then died, and no one knew about it until like the 70s. Like her paintings were uncovered, and if you look at like the dates on all this stuff, it's obvious that she was doing this before Kandinsky and all this stuff. But it's just so weird because no one even knew she existed, and that totally is bullshit and not at all accurate. Like in this documentary, she has letters going back and forth with a lot of the big players, and then like some people say like she can't be considered like the first abstract artist because she never had gallery showings anywhere, and that's not true either. And so it's just like all of these things, and one of the other big things is because she was such a spiritualist and a theologist. Was it no, theist? I don't know, like some sort of metaphysical thing. And a lot of her, a lot of her paintings were her trying to visualize the concepts of her spirituality. A lot of historians and scholars say that she's technically not abstract because she was actually trying to paint something. And that's not what pure abstraction is. And I've always kind of been like, oh, I could kind of see that, because in the same way, like Picasso and Braque aren't considered abstract artists with their cubism. You know what I'm saying? So like I used to be like, but then Kandinsky at the same time, the stuff that he painted as abstraction, like he's like, this is an airplane, and it's like 3 lines or something. Okay, if he thinks that's a fucking airplane, her painting what she thinks her spirituality is should not come into question. You know what I'm saying? So, but like all these guys knew who she was. Like Malevich, the black square guy, knew who she was. Like he was connected to her through different channels. Like all of these people who are men but considered the first abstract artists, they all knew who she was. And the coolest thing in this documentary was them putting a painting of hers and the date, like 1907, and then a Kandinsky painting that looked exactly the same. A painting of hers, and then like 10 years later, Paul Klee does the exact same painting. A painting of hers, and then Cy Twombly does the exact same thing like 30 years later. It's like fucking insane. Like how many people, whether they were inspired by her or ripped her off or whatever, but like allegedly nobody knew this woman really existed until like the 70s. And like her first like exhibition of her work happened in 2018. Like a first big like of all of her stuff. But all of these artists were doing the exact same thing. And when you look at like, you're like, oh wow, like she did this thing. Cause like, and then the whole thing with like Malevich with the black square, like she did a yellow square, like 10 years before he did. It was interesting too in that documentary. It was illuminated how she was made a decision not to marry and have children to perhaps prioritize her purpose. Yeah, that was also cool. Veda, hello. She I'm trying to remember her actual wording, but like she said like her, like the way she is, her art, her spirituality, like wouldn't give her, she wouldn't be able to give herself over to a marriage or motherhood and be able to give that her full attention, because this is all consuming to her. And like she probably said it a lot differently, but it was just fucking amazing. And I can't fucking believe that every time she's been brought up in whatever history book or whatever text I find, how much she is downplayed, like as just like either a spiritual crazy person or just a fun housewife, which she wasn't, but like that's the way they make her sound. Oh, she was just in a barn in the middle of Sweden. Nobody even knew she existed. It's so that is completely not true. And like, oh man, it's such a mind fuck. It's such a fucking mind fuck. And like the Paul Klee, um, or Paul Clay, however you pronounce his name. I think it's pronounced Clay, but I always see it as Klee. Like the fact that he did the exact same thing with the exact same colors is fucking nuts. It's so crazy. And then I can't remember the artist that did the color field painter who did the like light yellow square with like a little darker yellow square on a white canvas. But, and I mean, yeah, sure, it's a square, but she had done that years prior. You know, it's like all of these things that all of these men are like renowned for had already been done by this woman that everyone like brushed off as like, oh, just some woman who's like the idea that like that no one knew that she existed. That's the thing that pisses me off, that no one knew she existed. And then suddenly all of these artworks just appeared that were dated. And because one of the things that I remember reading was that the dates had to be like verified because like, you know, it says it was before Kandinsky, but like, you know, like her estate might have just put that on there to make some extra cash, you know, to like have like a grab, you know what I'm saying? And but like I had no idea that she was like went to art school, had a studio above a salon that like everybody went to and everybody knew of. Like everybody knew this woman and they would do seances together because it's fucking crazy. Like the amount of absurd like bullshit that had to be like thrown out is like, well, you never know, and oh, no, yeah, that had to be thrown out on top of that constantly for people to just like ignore her or just be like, well, she probably wasn't, but you know, whatever. Okay, let me see. And preserve her contribution to the art canon as well as science, and then to those spiritual aspects, not for rights, maybe, but for interconnectedness to not be misconstructed or lost. Regarding the representation of women in arts as a housewife privilege to be allowed to paint. Very silly, but also interesting how many of her works were reproduced by these renowned male artists for decades following in different periods. Yeah, that's the thing that fucking blew my mind. Like, oh my God. Like that was it's shocking when they show you all of the paintings that like, and then it's like one right after another, like all these people just like doing the exact same thing as her and being applauded for it. Oh my God. The Paul Clay one tripped me out so much just because it's the exact same thing, same colors. And the Cy Twombly one, like that can be argued because I know like during like seances and shit, especially back in the day, automatic writing and like scribbling like was a big part of the seances. And so like, I don't know, whatever. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. but like just how educated she was. Like that was never told in anything I read, that like she was this educated woman who went to a very good school and was like just and came from a very like um important aristocratic family. Like none of that stuff was ever, it was just like this crazy woman was in a barn in the woods and she made all these crazy paintings. Fucking hell. And then the other thing that tripped me out about it was she had this thing where it was like, you're not allowed to do anything with my stuff until 20 years after I'm dead. And so she left all of this stuff to her brother, and they just put it basically in a barn, yeah, something like that, for 20 fucking years and didn't touch it. And none of the stuff was ruined through snow, through heat, through fucking vermin. None of it was fucking touched. And I can't fucking believe that, because I put my shit in storage for 15 minutes and there's a fucking family of fucking rats like having a fucking party in it. Unfucking believable. I cannot believe that all of her shit just sat in a fucking barn for 20 fucking years untouched. Fuck. And she wrote like over 25,000 pages of journaling. And I want that published. I want to read, like, basically, I mean, it's not necessarily a commonplace book, but it was like she would talk about her process and the things that she was doing, and then also the correspondence she was having with people, copious notes, and then like little drawings inside of the things that she would be working on. Fuck. I would love to read that stuff. Oh my God. Someone has got to have put that out. Someone has got to have put that out. Like we'll Google it, guys. We will find this. But it's just, I don't know. And then the other thing that like was really weird was that they attacked the documentary, and the people in the documentary really attacked MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York, as like they dictate art history. They dictate what's important. They dictate who's important. Um, and if they don't believe that she's important, she'll never be important by the art world. And I mean, this documentary came out in, I think, 2018 or 2019. So maybe something has changed, but like, that's fucking crazy, that the power that MoMA has to, because I'm sure that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, like the biggest fucking museum in the world. I mean, not the world, but like, like they get to decide, especially with modern and contemporary art. I think pre her, because like before the New York school happened, like all art was Paris. Like Paris was where art happened. And if you were anywhere in Europe, unless your stuff was in Paris, like nobody gave a shit. And the New York abstract expressionist painters, that they are the ones that made America like the whatever, the end all be all. And like, I don't know if you remember me talking about this before, but there was that whole thing with Jackson Pollock and the CIA, where the CIA was like helping abstract expression painters like become a big deal with the money people in the art world in America and even abroad. So America would be more important for art than other countries during the Cold War. Like, it's fucking crazy that like the government gave two shits about what the fuck was happening. But like, you know, America can't come in second in art. We need to like make Jackson Pollock a fucking household name. Oh my God. So bizarre, dude. So weird. yeah, so that's what's going on there. That's another documentary. If you guys ever want to come across it, I'll look for the name. But there's a documentary that talks about how the CIA helped Jackson Pollock and the New York Abex movement like become like the biggest thing in art. It's fucking unbelievably crazy. So, like, if you're into conspiracy theories, um, I hear the book 7 Days in the Art World is a good take on the cynical aspects of the art world, with it all being about who can generate the most money. Bro, thank you so much for saying that. I'm going to write that down and I'm going to get that book. How are you doing? How was your show? Like, um, brag, tell us about how awesome it was and what you ended up doing and what's next for you. If you guys don't know, he had a show in Canada with a bunch of his charcoal work that looked really cool, and he has a video on it showing all of the stuff that he had, and it's really cool. Go check it out, everybody. Okay, so 7 days in the art world. Okay, where is my 7 days in the art world? Yeah, so that was that. Also watched a documentary on David Lynch that wasn't very good, which is shocking, but I did get to see a lot of his paintings. But it's called David Lynch, The Art Life. And it doesn't really talk about the art life. It talks about his childhood and him going to school is basically what it talked about. While it's like voiceover of him while he's like painting and like creating shit. But he never talks about the shit that he's creating. So you have no fucking context of anything that's going on. But if you want just like really good, awesome art life advice from David Lynch, just fucking go on Instagram and search reels with David Lynch. And there'll be like these amazing like pearls of wisdom just being dropped. And it's awesome. But if you don't want to if you don't want to go through all of his growing up and just like a bunch of like really dark and scary art, just look at his little blurbs on Instagram. Way better, way more inspiring for sure. So 7 days in the art world. Maybe I should look that up right now and talk about it because that sounds like it might be kind of interesting. Let me get on this. Let me get on this. Let me get on this. Okay, 7 days in the art world. 7 days in the art world. I'm not telling you guys to steal stuff, but apparently you could download a PDF of the book if you just write that down, 7 Days in the Art World PDF. Or you could get it at Thrift Books for $4. That sounds pretty good. Let me see. Overview. Here we go. Let's get the AI overview here. 7 Days in the Art World by Sarah Thornton is a sociological exploration of the contemporary art world, offering a behind-the-scenes look at its various subcultures and dynamics. The book is structured around 7 day-in-the-life narratives, each focusing on a different aspect of the art world, from auctions to art fairs to artist studios and art schools. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's a neat little, like, this is how we're going to do it. The book takes readers to various locations, including a Christie's auction in New York, Murakami's studio in Tokyo, the Basel Art Fair or Basel Art Fair, and the Venice Biennale. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's like worldwide shit right there. Delves into themes of creativity, taste, status, money, and the search for meaning in the art world. Behind the scenes access. Yeah, that sounds like a banger, dude. Like, I'm very excited. I'm going to pick that up and read the F out of it, as you do. Residency exhibition was good. I have my art in another gallery right now. I'm desperate to get shows outside of my home province, so I'm going to apply to some. Also got another solo show next year. Dude, you're killing it. And we need to have a talk. We need to like figure out shit and have a little back and forth on that, because I'm trying to do more of that stuff. I think I might have actually missed the deadline. I hope I didn't, but there's an art show in San Diego. I really want to get my black sand paintings in, and I'm crossing my fingers that the two that are at the being shown right now sell. That would be awesome. Um, but yeah, and then I'm trying to get into that mentorship program with that dude that I tried to earlier in the year. So we'll see how that goes. I'm really excited about that. I hope I can get into that. That would be absolutely amazing. But yeah, so back to Hilma. Like I can't believe that I can't believe all the things that had to transpire to keep her hidden, I guess is the best way to put it. And for what? Like, who fucking cares? Like, she was doing shit. Like, what's the big fucking deal? My number one goal in life is to represent Canada as a featured artist at the Venice Biennale, by the way. Oh my God, that's awesome. So are you focusing, because I know like the thing you were just doing was focusing on the fishing industry. Like, are you wanting to have your work focus on different industries that happen in and around the area you're in, or are you wanting to like expand that out more? Like, what are you working on right now? I was kind of doing more sand stuff, and I want to finish the black sand ones. I have like two more that I want to do. But then I also started doing these like Joshua Tree desert sand things. But I feel like I haven't found like the screaming yet, if that makes sense. So like I've done three different Joshua Tree paintings, but they haven't started like and I say the screaming, I don't know how else to say it. But like you'll be working on something and you'll be doing something, and each one's a little bit different, but until like something like explodes in you, or you start hearing it like scream like, yes, this is it, this is what you're supposed to be doing, you keep just searching until you could find that thing. And I'm in the searching for my Joshua Tree paintings right now. I'm in the searching phase. The forest through the trees paintings, um, I feel like we're a moment in time, and the fact that I wanted to go into them more because I felt like I've learned something new. I don't know if that was the right way to go, because I think as soon as I don't want to say had the veil lifted, but like if you're doing something that is the forest through the trees, like trying to be able to see the forest through the trees, once you're able to see the forest, like it makes the thing that you're doing now not have the same mystery, I guess is the best way to put it. So now that I have those done, I think I'm pretty much done with that. I'm still probably going to do some of those things because that was like a fun way of making stuff. But but yeah, and then again, scale is fucking me up. Like I'm trying to sorry. I'm trying to do smaller pieces as well as like medium size and large pieces because I don't want to say I don't want to price people out, but I don't. I like if people like my stuff, I want them to be able to get my stuff, you know, like income level wise, I guess is the best way to put it. But I find the smaller things are a lot harder for me to do. Like it's almost painful trying to figure out how to do all of the big gestures that I do in like a small area. It's very, very mentally taxing for me. Whereas when I'm doing bigger pieces, I have a lot more freedom and I feel more connected to the piece and I feel like just like the energy feels better. So like that's like a whole other fucking thing I'm trying to figure out. Yes, please. You have my email. Maybe we can connect on Discord. And yeah, I want to get away from fishing now. Labor, class conscious stuff, industry, its impacts on us, good and the bad. Right on. Thinking I might like to do art about housing, homelessness crisis, but I don't want to just churn out more poverty porn. I want to come at it the right way. That's a real that's a real interesting way to look at it. There is a fine line there because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people because, like in LA, for instance, LA is a very easy place to do like poverty porn, and there's this joke that goes around like where and there's like reels and stuff about this and shit, but like every time an art student or a film student like walks around LA and sees a homeless person, they have to get their camera out and take a picture of it because it's just so shocking and so like riveting. um and just the juxtaposition of like being in the greatest place on earth and then seeing somebody having hard times, it's like it's just like it's art, you know. um so like I get that because like even me writing about it like felt kind of exploitive in a way. So I think maybe the best thing to do is instead of like doing pictures, this is a good idea now that I think about it. Do portraits of the people in power in their big offices. Like ask if you could go like do images of like the mayor of the city in their fancy office and like the people who just control like all the councilmen and everything, like in their nice suits in their offices, like do this whole series of all these people in these grandiose places and then call the series like um the reason for homelessness or something like that. That would be that would be amazing. Oh my god, that's a good idea. Yeah, you could totally pull that off. I wouldn't be able to do it. um Oh my god, that's fucking hysterical. That would be one way. That'd be one way to get attention. Oh, that seriously, like that's yours. Run with it. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Dude, it is so windy here. I don't know if you guys could hear the wind howling, but last night was horrible, and I was really worried that. And then it stopped, so I thought everything was fine, but now it's like kicking back up again. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Or even just like two very wealthy people at dinner with a table full of food, but they're already done eating and they're all full and they're like leaning back and there's still all this food on the table. Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's so funny. You should do that. I'm going to hit you up. I'll send you an email. And we could do like Discord or WhatsApp or whatever. Um, but I also would like to have you, if we could, I'm trying to get that podcast going where I'm talking to creatives from all different fields and practices or whatever, to just have conversations about creating and like what it means to you and how you go about it. So I would love to have you on there and talk about that too. That would be really cool. There's like a handful of people that like I just want to have conversations with to record that I think would be really, really interesting. But anyway, so if you guys haven't seen the documentary about Hilma, like check it out. I think it's called Beyond the Vision. I'm almost positive that's what it's called. It's just really fucking eye-opening. Like I feel like I've been lied to and I just found some stuff out. So it's just fuck. It's just crazy. And it's so funny because like I have a Malvik book coming about the black square, because to me the black square, and I've talked about this before, but the black square is what changed everything. And to me is like kind of the most important piece of art that ever happened. Which sounds stupid, but like I really fucking believe that. And it's just one of those things where, well, he wasn't the first to do it. He was just the first to get recognized for it. All right. That's okay. Oh, so crazy. And I'm trying to remember what they say. I think they said Klindinsky, Mondrian, and Hilma all died the same year, which is crazy. It's fucking bizarre. Fucking bizarre. Anyway, so that's what's going on. I did actually get a Kandinsky book, but then I think I took it out of my cart. I don't think I got it. Oh my God, that scared the bejeebus out of me. Whew. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. And so tomorrow we will do another member stream. I'd be up for being on your podcast. And yeah, I like the supremacists like Malvik. Yeah, totally. You'd probably like Richard Serra's paintings, too similar. His paintings are super thick and more tactile. You're not the first person who talked to me about those paintings. So yeah, I'll look into that. I'll look into that. I'm also really into the German expressionist paintings. I can't remember the name of the guy whose stuff I really, really liked off the top of my head. Like Otto Dix is okay. Like that's kind of cool. I just love how chunky, like it's just like big of oil on a canvas. And then when you back away from it, you're like, oh, that looks like something. But when you're like up close to it, it just looks like a bunch of yummy, like icing on a cake that's all different colors. I don't know how else to describe it. It's so chunky. So chunky. It's really cool. But I'm not in my chunky oil phase yet. That'll come later, once I get bored of doing all the other shit that I do. Is he the one that did the like those apocalypse paintings? it's like the world's ending and all these people are like running around in panic and all this other shit. But like, I don't know. I can't remember who it was. Oh, it's driving me crazy now. I'll figure it out. I forget names and shit all the time, but it's okay. But yeah, they're just gorgeous. Big, chunky fucking shit. I love it. Anyway, that's okay. I'll get to my chunky icing phase at some point. But right now I'm in my like peeling house paint phase, which I am enjoying a great deal. Let's keep that going. But yeah, so now I got to run to the post office and see if anybody has my shit. Go to the mailbox and see if anything fit inside of it, and then just be let down by Amazon. So that's like my shit for the day. Maybe I'll get to some painting later. I need to do. Oh, I was gonna do that today. Fuck, that's what I forgot. I was gonna do a live stream where I'm pricing the prints for the crowdfunding campaign. Because I'm gonna do, because when I do the Seasons of the Muse crowdfunding campaign, like you can get the original paintings that I'm gonna have like in the book and on the cover. But I wanted to do like a limited run of like small prints of certain ones. And I was gonna price that on a stream with you guys. Well, I'll do that tomorrow. That'll be the member stream tomorrow, pricing prints. We got this. We got this shit. Okay. But yeah, let's talk. I'll send you an email and we'll do like Discord or WhatsApp or whatever. We'll figure it out. Yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And if you're watching this in the future, go watch that documentary and don't be a dick. There you go. That's it. All right, guys, do the thing. And yeah. MattWallArt.com. Go get some shit before it's not there anymore. Okay? Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you guys later.